Hello everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining. I'm so glad that you're here. Sorry I've been missing. I had an accident and I'm starting to finally get well and get back in my craft room. So I thought that I would show you what I was working on and give you some hints of some storage items that I've purchased over the past couple of months that I haven't shown, but I've been using, and I just thought that they might be handy and something that you might want to purchase because they weren't expensive at all. But first, I wanted to show you I'll show you one of the items that I got that I am just in love with, and that is these boxes. And they're from IKEA, and I don't have an IKEA near me, but I ordered them online. They're 89 cents a piece, and they are 12, a little bit more than a 12, so I'd say 12 and a quarter by 9, and they are 4.5 inches deep. And the nice thing about these so far that I've been using them for, I only have one that I've been using, but I put a tag on it, and this says Strawberry Summer Bounty. That's the journal I'm currently working on, the different things I'm working on. So the nice thing about it is I fit my cover. I have my 2 signatures are in here. All of the ephemera I've made. So this is all the ephemera that's already made, which is a lot, I know, because I go crazy. These are some of the ephemera pieces and other things I'm going to be using, and some scraps. And then these are my little snippets and fussy cuts that I put, that I'm going to put in the journal. These come from the Dollar Tree. They're $1.25. And this comes from the Dollar Tree. I have many of these. I use these all the time. For once I get the ephemera made, I put it in these, and then if I don't use the ephemera, it goes back in my ephemera book. I have a lot of ephemera books. So those fit nice, and that fits nice. And my fabrics that I'll show you fit really well in here as well. So that's one thing. I ended up getting 10 of these because they were only 89 cents. And what I really love about them is, one, they're very sturdy. And the cover doesn't come off. So the cover stays on, which is really, really nice. And you could decorate them if you wanted to match your craft room, or, keep them in your closet stacked and just keep, a tag like this. These you get at the Dollar Tree as well. You get a whole bunch. And so yeah, it's fabulous. I love it. And there's many, many, many other uses that I'll be using these for. So that's one thing. And then the next thing is for storage. I got this, and it is a toothbrush and toothpaste holder. It holds my little roll of handmade tape, the vintage, vintage tape that you make. I just put it on a spool. I mean, you can put it on anything, but once I get it all made, I put it all together, and then I wind it on the spool, and then I put something on it so that, I know where it is. So, and then I have my little glue bottle, which I use all the time. And then all my pencils, my stylus, or it's a stylus, but I use it for, everything. If I want to make, a gusset or whatever, if I want to make, instead of using my scoreboard, I'll use this with my ruler and my mat. I have my 2 brushes that I use most primarily. I have my knife. I have some clips that I use, some little clips, my stapler, and my 2 pair of scissors that are my go-to scissors. This is a tiny attacher, which I use all the time. And the nice thing about it is I can pull it out like this, you know, when I'm using it, or I can just slide it right back, and it fits so nicely and doesn't take up any space on my desk because it's very narrow. So it's really a handy tool to have. And that was in the bathroom section for toothpaste and toothbrushes. So that was another thing that I have been using. Well, not recently, but today's my first day back in my craft room since I was last videoing. And then this is a little spice rack, I think. It was at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And then these are just little, I don't know what they're for, but they clip together and they come 3 in a package. So I have 3 up here for my fussy cuts and my, you know, just different things that I'll be using for this project. And then I have, in here I have like my little words and sentiments are in my baseball holders, which I use all the time. These still need to be fussy cut. And these are already fussy cut up here, these little roses. So if I fussy cut them, they go up here. And then if I need to fussy cut them, they go in here. These are just some scraps that I can use in my journal. And then these are a couple of birds that didn't fit in my little bird container here, which is all my fussy cut birds. And then I have my, these are my little cards that I use. These are Raindrop Lila, her, or what do you call them? Flashcards, mini flashcards. So I have all the ones that I'll probably be using for this kit. I mean, for this project. Those particular words. She has them like family, she has French, she has vintage. I can't remember them all. And then I have different squares, which are fabulous because I like to make, I don't know if I have any up here. I might have one that I finished. Yes, I do. Like these little squares are fabulous for putting together, those go in there. These are fabulous to put together little snippets. So these are from the strawberry kit, and then, which I primarily used. And I just put like a little button and some lace and one of the snippets. That's on photo paper. These are on just cardstock. And then there's some more from a different kit that I thought would go well. I think these are from the Rosie kit. And again, you know, just a bunch of squares that I can use to make different snippets. And they go in there. And these come, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These come 3 in a pack, 4 in a package for $1.25. And these I got as an idea from something that Lidia had made. I'm just going to put these with the ones that are already fussy cut. And like I said, this sits right on my desk, and I can, you know, use it as I'm making, you know, using, it keeps everything organized, is what I'm trying to say. And it fits very nicely right over there, and I can pull it, you know, over towards me when I'm working with it. What was I just going to say? Something about Lidia. Oh, she had made, she had taken these alcohol bottles and some peroxide bottles. I have a ton of peroxide bottles empty, but I don't have any alcohol bottles. But she just cut them and then she decorated them, so I'll be making some of those as well because they're nice and big. And then you can, you know, use them for the same thing. You know, all your different snippets that you've made or things that you want to make, you could keep in here. And she just cut it. And they came out really nice. So I'm just waiting to empty all my rest of my alcohol bottles. So that's it for the few things that I wanted to show you. I have some more things like, you know, these. Oh, I think I already showed you these. I use these all the time. And then something, you know, this is what I've been doing because I haven't been able to do a lot since my accident, but, you know, just printing paper, I mean, not printing paper, but like edges of book page and music page and what have you, and then I paint it, and then every once in a while when I bring out my stamps, you know, I'll stamp different things on them. Some I'll leave plain, some I'll stamp little flowers on or what have you. So that's a good idea to keep your painting strips in because it's nice and large. This was a takeout of some sort. I'm not sure what. But it comes in very handy, and the lid stays on, so I really like that part of it. So, anyway, for my cover to my journal, I'm using a packaging, and Lydia has made a couple of these, and I really, really liked them, the way they came out, because I do want to use a fabric cover, and I'll show you that in a moment. But so this particular journal is called Summer Bounty, and it's primarily using the strawberry kit, but I'm using a whole bunch of different kits, as you will see when I finish the cover and get things started. But I had these, and it was one big piece, so I cut them apart, and they're pretty old. Some are very tattered, but I'm going to just patch them as I use them. Like, for example, this one has, you know, a little hole in it, but I think it would look very cute with a patch on it. And there's another one right here that I could patch up, which would look really sweet. I have some French linens there's another one right there. But I have some French linens where people have patched the French linens and have done such a beautiful job. And so I've been practicing that as well. And it comes out really, really nice. I mean, you can barely see the patchwork, but you can, if that makes sense. So because these don't fit really very well, that one does, but some of them don't. Like, if that one, anyway, I didn't want the blue. I wanted to be different. I wanted it to be different. So what I plan on doing is this one, I think, might have fit, but there was so much blue. So what I'm going to do is take this and just stitch it backwards like this. And then I found this other older fabric that I had. I was tearing sheets. This isn't a sheet, but it's an older fabric that I had. So what I thought I'd do is cover this with some muslin. Not cover it, but I'm going to stitch this to the muslin because I don't want to see the brown, but I want to keep it cushy, if that makes sense. And so I was going to do some wool, but it's too bumpy, so too thick. And that's, you know, I took so many other things apart because they were so thick, the quilting. So I'm going to just put this on here, and then once this is stitched to this, I will then stitch, once it's stitched to this, then I'm going to, this will be stitched to this, and then I'm going to stitch this to this, and probably leave, maybe, I haven't decided yet, but excuse me, I think what I'll probably do is bring this up here so that you can see enough of the bottom and the top, and then I will probably stitch it to about here and here and leave this as a pocket for something for the front. So, and it, you know, it will still be nice and cushy. You'll still be able to hear, you know, that nice cushy sound. And then I thought about this for the inside, and I'll show you why. So I know it looks a lot of like a lot of fabric, but it really isn't. So this will be on the outside, and then I'm going to choose this red that I found. It's like a off-white with some red little tiny flowers, and that will go on the inside like that. And it looks like such a tiny cover. I have 2 signatures going in here, so I did make a spine. When I cut it big enough to have a spine so I could fit both signatures. I actually had to take a lot of pages out of my signatures because I had too many. I was just a little bit crazy, and I went really, really out of, you know, I hadn't even realized how much I did. And then I pulled out a few other things I could use. I have some vintage little yo-yos that I thought would go good because there's like little strawberries and little blueberries and flowers. Just have to cut them apart. I started with my seam ripper. I took like, these are really pretty. You can't see the pattern in them, but it's really pretty. And so I started with my seam ripper, and I took apart a couple of them. I got these at a vintage shop a long time ago, but I just thought that those would look pretty, you know, on the edge of a page, or just as, you know, just as something additional. And then this I started because I had some leftovers of these when I made my little pockets, and so I'm going to stitch that together. And then this was a square from a quilt. I have a lot of these squares, but I saved the wool because it's real. You know, it's the real wool. So I always save that for like my sewing, my little sewing booklets or what have you. But I thought that this has a real nice texture from the stitching, you know, so I kept those. And that I thought could be, you know, a pocket on one of the pages. It has a little torn piece here, but it has some stitching still in it, and I'll probably follow the stitching, you know, where I had taken it apart. I'll just follow it along where the stitching still is. Some of the stitching is still there. I tried very hard not to, you know, take out any of the stitching. It's such a beautiful quilt. So I have those, and then, you know, I just pulled out a little couple of pieces of linens and laces and some doilies that I might use. I love these because the women who made them left the strings of the you know, the crochet thread, and I just thought that was so neat. So I don't want to cut those off. I want to leave those. But I have a whole bunch of those in all different, you know, colors and sizes and shapes that I've been cutting apart. And then this must have been on a pillowcase or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, or even if I'm going to use it. But I did pull out, you know, a few things that I might use. I thought this was really cool. I thought that was a button when I took it out of the bag of things that a woman had given me. And it says Children's Day on it, and it's got some flowers, and she's got like a little red hat bow in her head. I thought it was a button, but it's not. It's actually a little pin, and it says oh, it's in a different language, so I can't tell you what it says. I'll have to Google that. Oh, wait a minute, maybe it's not. Lamar. The reason why I'm saying it's not is because I think I see Dallas, Texas, but no, I'm not. I thought it said Dallas, Texas, but it doesn't. But I just thought that was really cool. I'm going to Google that because I really want to know where that pin came from. And it's really worn and old, and I just think it's really cool. But like I said, I thought it was a pin, a button. And then when I went to, you know, I turned it over to snip it off because I wanted to use this piece here. And I realized, because it was, the way it was in there, you couldn't see the pin, if that makes sense. So I turned it over to take the stitches out, and I thought, oh, it's a pin. So I thought that was really cool. And then just some pieces of tattered, you know, it's got some holes and things in it, but I thought that I might be able to use pieces of that. And I've been tearing sheets to do, you know, some ruffles. It's got daisies on it, and stamping. So those are sheets. And I guess that's about it. I have some more trims over here, and some just pieces I had cut off of the red fabric a while ago to use in another project. So that's what I'll be using for my journal. And I'll give you a sneak peek of my signatures. I'm really excited about this. This will be my first one that I make with the with one of these covers. So I'm very, very excited. And it looks so small to me, but I measured it 3 times before I cut it. And but it fits my signatures really well. Those are just some scraps. I didn't want to bend my signatures. These look the same, but they're different. So those are my first 2 signatures, and they fit in there really well. As you can see, I left it just a little bit of an overhang so I could, you know, fit the fabric and what have you. And then that's the strawberry kit. This is the daisy kit. This is, I don't know what kit, but this is one of my little pockets that I made here so far. And I did take, this is a page, and then I reprinted it and put this over where this piece was to make a pocket for this picture to go in. And this is just on cardstock, but it's waxed so you can see through it. Just kind of nice. I haven't got all the ephemera in here yet. And then some tea stain paper. I think that's from the Rosie collection, the strawberry collection, the daisy collection. I have a lot of different collections in here, but it's going to be like a summer bounty, you know, a harvest journal. Am I still on the same? Oh no, I was like, am I still on the same signature? And then this is the second signature, which is similar, but they're different. I wanted both, and I couldn't decide, so I just split the signatures up. I had one. Then I had to split them up because there were too many pages in one, and then I had to take some out because there were too many. And I still have to add, I only have 1 tea stain paper in here. I have 2 more to put in. So I'm really excited about it. It's really pretty, and it's going to be really nice. Oh, this is so fun. This is a vintage can label, but it never was on the can. It was, you know, it had been never used. And so I used it as a belly band. And I made this little envelope from the Rosie kit, I believe. And I don't remember where these are from because these were just in my ephemera. And I made an envelope out of it with some piano paper. So that slides right in there. And I have some more of these. I have blueberry from a blueberry can. And this is lima beans. I can't remember what the other ones were. So that's fun. And where's the back? Here's the back of it. So I made another belly band out of that by just gluing the edge. This is a pocket because I had a scrap of that, so I just made a pocket out of that. And there's another one of my ones that I had done the slow stitch on the collage board. And then I just put some fabrics. These are feed sack fabrics and a vintage button. So yeah, so that's a little sneak peek of what I'm working on. And I had an accident. I fell in my craft room and I got a really significant concussion. So I've been doing a lot of sleeping, and a lot of sleeping. I'm very tired all the time, and nauseous and tired, and I can't think straight. Where is that other piece? See what I mean? Oh well, I'll put this away for now. I don't know where that other piece is, so I'm gonna... I can't believe that. What happened to it? It was right here. See what I mean? I have a very foggy brain. Very foggy. I know I have another little strip over here I can use. I'll just use this one. This is just a misprint. I printed it upside down. So I'll just put it on here for now. And so yeah, so that's what I'll be working on. I saw the doctor yesterday, so she's allowed me to do a few things. Still no exercise. Like, I used to walk in the mornings, and I'm still not allowed to do any of that yet, but she did give me the okay to work in my craft room a little bit here and there. What happened was I climbed up on I have a metal bar stool from Pottery Barn, and somebody had gifted it to me. It matches my craft room. It's like a aqua color, and I keep it beside my desk so that I can keep, like, I have a very small desk, as you can see, so I keep like my papers and things on it as I'm working. And instead of getting the step stool to put my books away, which are on the top shelf, and it's my top shelf is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feet off the ground, and the stool is about 2 feet. And so I climbed up on the stool, and I had the books on the shelf, and I bent down, picked up the book, and I went to put it up on the top shelf, and I leaned up, and when I leaned up to put it in, I got it on the shelf, and when I went to push it in, I fell backwards, and I slammed my head first on the floor. So I ended up with 5 staples, a concussion, stitches in my right elbow. My arm is still sore, but it's getting there. I can fussy cut, which is nice. So I'm back, and I just hope that you'll visit me again, and you won't think that I've, completely lost my mind. I just got lazy. Instead of getting the step stool, I just didn't. I decided, it would be easier, and I'd get up higher if I got that. So I don't remember much. My husband called 911, and he had convinced me the next morning when they kept me for observation. He had convinced me the next morning that they had to shave my head. So but they didn't. So yeah. So I see the doctor every 4 days, and she gives me, make sure I'm okay. I've had a couple of CAT scans because I've been very nervous about forgetting things, and she just wanted to make sure there was no damage, but there isn't. There's no swelling and no brain bleed. Thankfully, I did crack my head, because otherwise it could have been a lot worse. So, I could have broken a hip. There's just so many things that could have been happening. So please, please stay safe in your craft room. Don't, go ahead and get that step stool. It's right outside my craft room door in my pantry. And it wasn't that I was lazy. It was just that I thought that I could reach it better if I climbed up on the stool. I didn't want to trouble John, which was ridiculous because he never minds at all. So until next time, I hope that you enjoyed that video. I just wanted to come on and say that I'm okay, and that I will be back soon. And I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you found some interest and some of the little things that I've gotten for storage and things that I can keep on my small desk. I do have a right side, like it's sort of like an L shape. So I do have plenty of room on the right side, but I keep a lot of, like I have a Lazy Susan there, and then I have 2 other shelves that I keep like all my glues and things on to the right. So I don't have, and then my little basket that I use to do fussy cutting in, and some of my inks that I use, and I keep some paper clips in this to use daily, but if I need more paper clips, I have them. My pins, I have my all my sewing things that I use at my desk. So the right side doesn't really get used for anything except for things I have. And then I have shelves which keep on my they're in clear plastic bins, and I keep like my punches and my wax seals, my stamps. And then I started making these little boxes to keep photos and things in. These were from the collaboration I was in. This was from Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. So I've been making those. I have 4 made so far in different patterns that I like, because she gives a free pattern, which is just the pattern. You just print it, and then you print whatever you want over it, and then you cut it all out, or print it on the back, whichever, and then you cut it out and put it together. It takes like 5 minutes. So I have started making little boxes for like my little photos and, bits and pieces, things like that. So I hope that you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. And I hope to see you again tomorrow with a good video, something that we can create. I have lots and lots of ideas that unfortunately I probably won't finish this year, but there's always next. All right, everybody, until next time, be well, be safe, be kind, and God bless. Love you all. Bye.